I find myself on the edge of honesty, yet my fears keep me from stepping off into the truth. I'm terrified of how you'll react, knowing that the truth might shatter what we have. The weight of my unspoken words feels like a burden too heavy to bear, but I'm paralyzed by the thought of your potential disappointment or anger. Every time I think about revealing the truth, a wave of fear washes over me. I worry that what I say might change everything between us. I'm caught in a web of my own making, weaving lies to protect you from the harsh reality I fear will break us apart. Holding back the truth feels like standing on a precipice, where a single word could either bring us closer or push us apart forever. The truth is a double-edged sword in my hands, and I fear that revealing it might cut deeper than the lie I'm currently holding on to. My heart races at the thought of confession, trembling at the possibility of losing your trust and love because of what I've kept hidden. I'm grappling with the decision of whether to speak up and risk your wrath or stay silent and bear the weight of my own guilt. Every moment of hesitation is filled with echoes of what ifs. What if my truth destroys the bond we share? What if it's too late to fix what's broken? The truth is a heavy burden, one I'm afraid to lay upon your shoulders. I worry that once it's out, it might change the way you see me forever. My silence is a prison, and I'm the warden holding myself captive, terrified of how you'll react when the truth finally comes to light. Each time I consider telling you the truth, my mind is flooded with fears of rejection and anger, making me question if it's worth the risk. The truth is like a storm brewing on the horizon, and I'm afraid of the chaos it might bring if I let it loose upon our calm seas. I keep the truth locked away, afraid that its release will ignite a firestorm of emotions that I'm not ready to face. I worry that the truth might create a chasm between us that's too wide to bridge, and that fear holds me back from speaking out. The fear of your reaction to the truth is like a shadow over my every thought, making it nearly impossible to see a way forward. I'm trapped in a cycle of secrecy, unable to break free because the truth is so frighteningly close, yet so perilously far. The truth has become a looming giant in my mind, and I'm paralyzed by the fear of what might happen if I dare to confront it. I hold back the truth, not out of malice, but out of a deep-seated fear that it might irreparably damage what we've built together. Every attempt to speak the truth feels like a tightrope walk, with the fear of falling into the abyss of your disappointment keeping me on edge. I fear that if I tell you everything, the pieces of our relationship might scatter, and I'm not sure if we can ever piece them back together. The truth is a Pandora's box I'm afraid to open, as I'm unsure of the consequences it might unleash upon our lives. I'm haunted by the specter of your possible reaction, and that haunting keeps me from giving voice to the truth that weighs heavily on my heart. Every day I wrestle with the decision to reveal the truth, fearing that doing so might ignite a storm that we might not survive. I'm paralyzed by the fear that my truth might change everything, unraveling the delicate threads that hold us together. My hesitation is born from the fear that the truth might be a wedge driven between us, creating a divide that's too vast to close. Holding back feels like a necessary evil, a way to protect you from the pain that the truth might cause, even if it means living with my own guilt. I'm caught between the desire to be honest and the fear of how the truth might alter our relationship in ways I can't foresee. The truth lies just beneath the surface of my words, but fear keeps it buried, knowing that its revelation could change everything between us. I fear that the truth might be too much for you to handle, and that fear keeps me from sharing the reality I'm grappling with. The thought of revealing the truth brings with it a flood of anxiety, making me question if it's better to stay silent than risk what might come next. Every day, I wrestle with the fear that exposing the truth will lead to a fallout that might be impossible to recover from. The truth feels like a heavy stone in my pocket, and I'm scared that dropping it might shatter the fragile peace we've managed to create. I worry that telling you the truth might be akin to pulling a thread from a tapestry, potentially unraveling everything we've woven together. The truth is a tangled web of fear and doubt, and I'm afraid that untangling it might cause a rift too wide to mend. My silence is not a shield, but a prison, and I'm trapped by the fear that the truth will bring about a reality too harsh to face. I'm tormented by the idea that the truth might be a spark that ignites a wildfire, destroying everything we've built and leaving us with nothing but ashes. The truth sits heavily on my chest, and I'm paralyzed by the fear that letting it out might shatter the foundation of our relationship. I'm afraid that if I reveal the truth, it might be like opening Pandora's box, unleashing consequences that I'm not ready to face. The thought of exposing the truth fills me with dread, as I worry that it could unravel the fabric of our connection and drive a wedge between us. I'm holding back because I fear that the truth will bring a storm that we might not weather, and I'm scared of the damage it could do. Every day, I grapple with the fear that telling you the truth might be like throwing a stone into calm waters, causing ripples that we won't be able to control. The truth feels like a dangerous secret that could explode into chaos, and I'm terrified of the fallout that might follow its revelation. I worry that revealing the truth might be like walking a tightrope, where one misstep could lead to a catastrophic fall. I'm paralyzed by the fear that the truth might be a force too powerful to contain, and its release could alter the course of our lives. Holding back the truth feels like a necessary evil, as I'm afraid that exposing it might lead to a chain reaction that we can't stop. I fear that the truth might be a harsh reality that you're not ready to accept, and I'm scared of the impact it might have on our relationship. The truth is like a ticking time bomb in my mind, and I'm afraid that letting it go might trigger an explosion of emotions we can't handle. I'm haunted by the idea that revealing the truth might be like opening a floodgate, unleashing a torrent of consequences that could change everything. The fear of your reaction keeps me from speaking up, as I'm uncertain if our bond can withstand the shockwaves of the truth. I worry that the truth might be a powerful force that could fracture the delicate balance we've managed to achieve in our relationship. Every time I consider telling you the truth, I'm overwhelmed by the fear that it might set off a chain of events beyond my control. I'm holding back because I fear that the truth might be too much for you to handle, and its exposure could cause irreparable damage. The truth feels like a fragile glass that could shatter with the slightest touch, and I'm afraid of the consequences if it were to break. I'm afraid that revealing the truth might be like opening a can of worms, leading to complications and conflicts that we can't resolve. The truth sits heavy on my conscience, and I'm terrified of the ripple effects it might create if I were to let it out. I'm scared that the truth might be a catalyst for a series of events that could unravel everything we've worked so hard to build. The thought of confessing fills me with dread, as I fear that the truth might be a force too powerful to control once it's unleashed. I worry that telling you the truth might be like playing with fire, and I'm afraid of getting burned by the flames of your reaction. I'm paralyzed by the fear that revealing the truth might create a rift too wide to mend, leaving us stranded on opposite sides. The truth feels like a heavy burden that I'm reluctant to bear, as I'm unsure if its exposure will lead to a resolution or just more pain. I'm hesitant to speak because I fear that the truth might be like opening a Pandora's box, leading to consequences that are too great to handle. The fear of your reaction holds me back, as I worry that the truth might be too much for us to overcome and might alter our relationship forever. I'm holding back the truth because I'm scared that its revelation might be a turning point that we're not ready to face. Every moment I keep the truth hidden feels like living in a state of suspended reality, where I'm afraid to face the potential fallout. I fear that telling you the truth might lead to a cascade of events that will change everything between us, and I'm not prepared for that. The truth is a double-edged sword that I'm afraid to wield, as I'm uncertain of the damage it might inflict if I let it out. I'm reluctant to reveal the truth because I worry that it might be a force too powerful to contain, potentially destroying what we have. The idea of telling you the truth fills me with anxiety, as I fear that it might be the spark that ignites a series of conflicts. I'm holding back because I'm afraid that the truth might be a bitter pill that you're not ready to swallow, and its exposure could have dire consequences. The truth feels like a volatile substance, and I'm afraid that releasing it might lead to an explosion of emotions that we can't handle.